Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the pre-market Vulcan Report. Today is Take Back Friday, January the 26th, 2018. Starting with the QQQ NASDAQ 100. So far, market is maintaining its overall bullish complexion. As long as the market closes above 163.36 today, the market will maintain its bullish outlook into next week. Looking at the daily chart here at the left hand side, it's almost looking like it wants to possibly lose on the daily momentum. If that happens, still not really a sell signal out there. It's just a further pulling back, but I doubt that's going to happen. As you can see here in the overnight market, the market is trading higher. We finished yesterday at 168.35. Right now, the market's a dollar better at 169.35, but still just trading, within a range. Still trading inside. You still had an inside day yesterday, narrow range inside day, and then the market is breaking out today. We'll see if we can take out the 170.24 high. I doubt it, but we'll see. You never know how things can go. But the real story is the overnight markets. Let's get into it. Bitcoin futures are down 900 at 10,400 after hitting 10,240 low. I did tell you that those rallies were going to be sold. We'll look at that chart later. The Dow is up 66 points at 26,442. NASDAQ 100 futures E-mini is up 31 and a quarter at 69.62 and 3/4. E-mini S&P 500 is up 9 and a quarter at 28.50 half. Russell is up 4.2 at 1608.60. Nat gas is up a nickel at $3.49. Gold is down $12.80 after hitting $13.61. It's now at $13.55.10. Silver down 22.5 cents at $17.39. And crude oil is up 7.5 cents at $65.57.5 a barrel. And the bonds had faked everybody out, rallied off the 148 lows, and is now sitting at 149.01, down 12.30. Beans in the teens? No, not quite. You're at 9.92 and a quarter, unchanged at the moment. The euro futures is up 53 pips at 124.81. Pound sterling up 126 pips at 142.71. Aussie dollar is up 54 pips at 80.75. And the US dollar back below 89. It's at the 88 handle now, trading at 88.95, down 39 pips. Let's get into some charts. All right, we're going to look at the Bitcoin future. Start off there. Let's see where we're at. On the weekly chart, you can see more of the same. Technically speaking, it's an inside week. We haven't taken out the prior week's highs or lows. On the daily chart, let me blow that up here down in the corner. As you can see, like I told you, every time you get up to the momentum line, all rallies are being sold. And that's what you see here. Market is selling off after coming up to the momentum trend line. Every time you come up to the line, you sell off. Every time. Every time. Every time. It's just how it is. All right? You're in a bearish market. The trend has not changed. All right? Doesn't change until it does. On the daily chart, to put it into the downtrend and possibly set the market up for a comeback rally back up to 12,595, the market today needs to close at 11,131 on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, to put it into the downtrend, the market needs to close above 13,066. Can somebody say happen, not gonna? I don't see that happening. If it does happen, great. But if it doesn't, more downside is coming next week. Where market is going to take out this pointer. This is a pointer. We're coming for it. 92.50 will be taken out at some point. It's just how it is. This pointer got taken out. Now this is the next one. Market's heading lower. Heading lower before it heads higher, folks. It's just how it is. All right, let's take a look now at gold. Excuse me. All right, gold futures, as you can see on the weekly chart, still very bullish. Just needs to close above 1323.90 today. Shouldn't have a problem doing that. On the daily chart, let's see what we're looking like, even with the pullback. Market's still good. All right, market is still good. Still bullish complexion. Everything's good. Price action, trend lines, everything above the Kumo cloud, yada, yada, yada. Moving on to silver. All right, taking a look at silver. Silver is looking good too. Just needs to close above $17.03 today. Hopefully that won't be too difficult. If it does, it carries over some more bullish momentum into next week. But remember, you're in the Kumo cloud of death. Anything goes. Can't really trust what you see there. All right, let's take a look at the bonds. As you can see here, bonds are trying to stage a comeback rally, but I don't know about that. Needs to close above 150.14 today. It's possible it can do it. If it does, it puts an end to the downtrend and sets the market up for a possible bullish run into next week, gunning back up for the 152.04 resistance. Keep in mind, though, if we get back up to the trend line and close above it today, because of the nature of the downtrend, it also could be setting up for another leg down next week. I introduce you to what happened on the week of December the 25th, Christmas. Market got above the trend line at 152.19. Market closed at 152.26, just barely above it. And what happened? Did you get more bullish momentum than next week? Nope. It just set us up for the next leg down. And that's what happened. And then here you are here. So we know where we are. Let's see where the market goes. Looking at the US dollar. All right. So we know that there was all types of jawboning yesterday at Davos. A lot of things were said. No need to get into it here. Just understand that the president's language about being comfortable with the weaker dollar for import-export purposes, I did tell you that before Davos, and here you are. So yeah, the market got down to 88.43 and then quickly rallied back above the 89 handle and then dropped back down again. But as on the daily, I'll blow it up a little bit more if you can see it in this corner here. All right, this looks just like Bitcoin, right? Downtrend. Every rally being sold. I told you that Bitcoin moves with the dollar. It's just how it is. Sometimes there's a decoupling where Bitcoin will act independently, but it always seems to come back into alignment with the US dollar. So like I said before, if you've seen the dollar, you've seen Bitcoin, vice versa. Bitcoin is acting as the index for all of the alt currencies. As Bitcoin goes, so goes the alt currencies. Not every single last one of them, but in generally, for the most part, a majority of them. It's just how it is, folks. So you need to do the knowledge to that so you can keep abreast of what's really going on behind these scenes. Now, today is Take Back Friday, so markets that have been down for the whole week should reverse on profit taking and vice versa. Normally, I do not put on new positions. I also don't chase markets. So on Fridays, I don't normally do anything. I let the markets do what it's going to do and then regroup on Sunday night when the futures open. If there's a futures trade to have, I'll take it. On the equity side of things, I do nothing. All right, I don't chase markets. And pretty much all week, the stock indexes have been gapping up on the open, like the QQQ, things like that. They've been gapping up. So unless you're already in the trade, you have to wait for your next trade signal. You just don't chase that, okay? It's just how it is. Patience, folks. All right, trading is like hunting or sniping. You gotta wait for your prey to come into the scope, and then you blast off. All right. So if you missed any runs this week, Monday is a new week. All right. So let's see what happens between now and Sunday night when the futures reopen at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be ready. We'll see what the pulse waves have to say, and we'll ride them things. All right. I do not think the stock market is necessarily topping out. I just see some pulling back and profit taking, but I do not see a top. I see no signs of a top. Everyone calling for tops and bottoms, they don't know what they're talking about. They're not giving you any technical analysis to support what they're saying. They're not giving you any algorithm, nothing. They're just talking. They're giving you macro and microeconomics. Sorry, econometric modeling does not work. It's not going to work. You're not going to make money off of that because you can't gauge the reaction of the people in the market. So follow the price. The price will tell you what you need to do all the time. All right. Everything that can be known, that is known, is already factored into the price. Don't try to outguess the market. You'll give yourself a headache. The only thing you can do is follow the pulse waves. All right. Follow them waves, folks. Ride the pulse waves. They'll tell you what to do. All right. If you want to know when something's topping or bottoming out, pulse waves will tell you. They'll let you know what's going on. They'll tell you if there's some operation going on in a market that you're interested in or holding something in. That's what they're for. PulseWaveTrading.com. Learn how to ride these algorithms. Learn how to read these markets. All right. Learn how to run the stops of the banks instead of the banks running your stop. Learn how to pick the Fed's pocket instead of them picking your pocket. That's what PulseWaveTrading.com is all about, folks. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and you give nothing back. Everybody have a great weekend. Peace.